Hi, I'm Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gahler. Last week, during the County Council meeting, there was a vote concerning a proposed settlement. And on Wednesday, an above-the-fold story was printed in the Aegis newspaper. Although settlement discussions are, by their very nature, kept confidential, several council members decided to discuss some of the specifics related to the settlement before their vote and made it clear it was related to a sheriff's office case, and that is where our inquiries from the press began and the reason I am providing this update. From the outset here, I'm troubled saying the word settlement. It is because that is not really what this actually was. A settlement, in traditional sense, comes when there is actually a lawsuit filed. There was not. What happened in this instance was that a private attorney wrote a scary letter on two 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper and sent it to Jefferson Bloomquist, County Executive Bob Cashley's appointed county attorney. This letter was written over a year ago and demanded $1 million or faced the threat of a lawsuit. It's kind of like what we call a ransom note in police work. So what did County Attorney Jefferson Bloomquist do? Was he able to negotiate the threatening party down from the demanded $1 million? Nope. A year later, and having apparently done nothing that could even be considered productive in the interim, it doesn't seem as if he even attempted to negotiate the amount down. Nope, he decided that it was wise to spend your tax dollars to pay the full amount of the claim letter. That was his recommendation to the council, a $1 million handout. The incident did relate to a sheriff's office case, however, since the agreement itself did not involve the sheriff or the sheriff's office as a necessary approval, I had no say in this decision to just hand away $1 million. In fact, it was made clear to Bob Cashley and Jefferson Bloomquist that I was opposed to any settlement. Every council member was offered the chance to be fully briefed by our detectives on the details of the case at hand before voting on this settlement agreement, and all but one took the time to be fully informed ahead of their vote. Yes, it was a sheriff's office case, and it was a case that not one, but two elected Harford County State's attorneys reviewed and found that our deputies' actions were indeed lawful. It's a case where the individual receiving this $1 million payment was actually referred to federal authorities for violating federal law. And it's a case where all but one council member accurately stated that our personnel did nothing wrong, but then four of them voted to pay the money away anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something I would expect from elected leaders in, say, Baltimore City, but not here in Harford County. In this case, you had a county attorney that was providing information to the council that was not accurate and was largely speculative and even imaginative, which alone should have been reason enough to vote against the agreement. The council members should demand simple honesty from our appointed county attorney. As to the various comments from the council, I most certainly agree with those of Council Member Boyle-Sados that it sets a bad precedent to spend taxpayer money to avoid the cost of litigation, and her fear that paying settlements on a simple claim letter could have a rippling effect on claims against the county moving forward. Make no mistake, this agreement is a whistle call to anyone who is not happy with the police, or any county service for that matter. And that message is Mr. Cashley and Mr. Bloomquist are happy to open your cash drawer rather than stand on facts and fight for our men and women and our county taxpayers in a court of law. This is also quite the progressive change from Mr. Cashley's remarks before the County Council in March of 2023, where he stated,
look, are we going to stand up for the citizens' rights? Are we going to stand up for the future of this county? Are we going to do the right thing? Or are we going to cower and say, oh my gosh, I don't want to be citizen? I'm sorry, I can't take the latter.
Well, that's pretty clear. Mr. Cashley has decided to join the cowering crowd. It's shameful, and as your sheriff, I'm left with a complete lack of confidence in our current county attorney when it comes to representing the needs of our men and women in law enforcement and corrections. In the world where our men and women in law enforcement must make millisecond life or death decisions, they deserve our community's support and the best legal representation possible. That is not what happened here.